What you should know about selling a house during a divorce. There's a lot on your mind if you are going through a divorce. Selling your home and buying a new home at the same time adds to the stress when deciding what to do with your shared house after a divorce is generally a major consideration. A home is a most valuable asset for many couples. It could also have sentimental importance for both the parties. Home ownership issues may be hard and tense, whether it's dividing assets after a sale or deciding who gets to keep the house. In many circumstances, selling the residence makes the most sense for financial, legal, or personal reasons. But that too raises questions. We will go over everything you need to know about selling a house after a divorce, including house selling choices in this video. In a divorce, who gets the house? Who? The majority of divorces involving a property issue go one of three ways. One of the spouses purchases the other legal interest in the house and maintains it. One spouse retains usage and occupancy of the home for a set amount of time, usually until the youngest kid reaches the age of 18, after which the residence may be sold. The house is sold right away and whatever remaining equity is divided. In a divorce, who gets the house depends on the circumstances of each case, making it a difficult position to negotiate depending on how amicable or acrimonious the divorce is. Each of the aforementioned scenarios could play one differently. When it comes to discussing the future of a home, there are a few things to consider. Split up enormous assets. If you and your spouses have various substantial assets such as primary residence and a vacation property, you may simply agree to divide them. As a result, you will both possess assets worth roughly the same amount. It isn't necessary for it to be a real estate. For example, one person can keep the family home while the other inherits the art collection or a joint stock portfolio, because you won't have to wait for a property sale or face a long dispute over who gets the larger portion of the house. Dividing large assets can be a faster way of settle a divorce. You will still be negotiating value of each large assets. Reach on agreement. Buy the other party out. If either you or your spouse is serious about keeping the house, you can buy out the other, depending on each party's income, financial contribution to the property, and the home's earning potential. The buyout could be for more or less than half of the market value. You can agree to compromise for half of the home's market worth if you don't want to have a back and forth discussion. Keep in mind that the person performing the buying out must have sufficient funds that aren't subject to the rest of the divorce proceeding, as well as the ability to afford the mortgage on a single salary. However, in some situations, a buyout might be rolled into a bigger home refinancing. Take part in the ownership of the house. A couple can agree to a co-ownership plan. In an amicable divorce, you will agree on how mortgage payments will be split, when they will be paid each month, and how the proceeds of the future sale will be distributed in this scenario. Children can remain at home in this manner, and no one has to worry about spending a large sum of money to buy out the other party. You are still financially tied to your ex-spouse in a situation. Late payment on co-owned home will damage both the people's credit rating, even if you are divorced. In addition to a ownership who has not lived in a home as primary residence for the at least 2 years from in the past 5 years, they will have to pay full capital gain taxes on an appreciation in a sale, which could be stumbling block unless you agree on a sale timeline that allows both owners to benefit in a tax break. Why selling your home during divorce might be important? You are not obliged to sell your home during a divorce, but there are several reasons why it may be preferable option. Despite the hassles and stress of selling during a divorce, it may be best decision for a variety of reasons. Financial consideration. You may have had two salaries to pay in the expenses when you bought the houses together. Selling the house may be the best alternative if either side can't afford the mortgage, insurance, property taxes, and maintenance on single salary. As previously I stated, the home sale tax exclusion exempts you from paying capital taxes up to 5 lakhs earning of your married and sell a home. The capital gain tax exclusion drops to 250 if you are single. Residents for 2 of the previous 5 years to be eligible for the exception. If one of the parties hasn't or won't live in the house, it may be more financially advantageous for both parties to sell the house before the divorce is finalized so that you can deduct a higher profits. Couples can apply for this tax credit regardless of whether they file a joint or separate tax return, so you don't have to be married to qualify. Selling the house before getting divorced has a significant financial benefit. Legal consideration, even if it wasn't 50-50 split contributed in home circumstances. If you both desire to house, both can't agree on who should get it outside of court. The court will make the decision for you. Court battles seldom go as planned for either party, and they can exaggerate the couple's hatred, complicating the divorce. Most people prefer to avoid going to court, so deciding to sell the house and share the money is typically a better option. When the family home is sold, the split of asset is the divorce should be easier because you aren't speculating on the house future value. Selling takes time and effort, but agreeing to sell and how the proceeds will be split will save you the time and money of a legal struggle. Reasons for liability. It's critical to grasp the liability risk and problems of being a single homeowner. If one individual insists on maintaining the house, while one spouse may have enough money to cover the mortgage and all payment, this also means the other spouse is no longer liable. They will have to speak with a lender and refinance the house, qualifying on a single salary for a home that was most likely bought with two, although the spouse who wants the house may have the funds on the hand to buy out the other. A lender may not agree that they will be able to keep up with the additional payment. You must sell or face foreclosure if the lender will not support a single owner and other spouse refuses to continue making payments on the houses. Home ownership comes with a lot of liabilities and financial obligation. If you can't handle such risk on your own, you risk losing your home and ruining your credit. How to sell a house in the middle of a divorce? Selling a home after a divorce is similar to selling a home at any other time, with the exception that you should be certain who receives what before the sale. You should be able to acquire fair market value from a transaction as long as you aren't desperate to sell. Real estate appraisers and agents can assist you in determining the value, after which both spouses through their solicitors should agree on how the proceeds from the sale will be split. Getting ready to sell. Even in the best of the times, selling a property necessitates planning. Considers any repair that your home needs before putting it on the market, and contact a real estate appraiser to property estimate the value of your home. If you and your spouse decide to invest in any repairs or upgrades, and you must agree on how to share the cost and whether or not the expenditure would affect the profit split. Before investing more money, talk to your divorce attorney about the process so you can formalize any arrangement. Before putting your house on the market, talk about things other than money. Will one of the spouses live in the house while it is on the market? Will they cover the entire mortgage and other bills, or will you share the bill? Who will prepare the house for showing and who will attend showing? If either of you. When you are ready to sell, collaborate with your spouse to discover a reputable real estate agent that can assist you in selling your home, because their main purpose is to acquire the best price for your home. A competent listing agent will work for both of you toward a common goal and will be a good mediator in any issue. Accepting a proposal while you list prices based on an appraisal and the opinion of your real estate agent, you may not get that price. Accepting a divorce settlement offer on the home is a major choice. That you are both willing to accept. If you can't come to an agreement, that trust your agents as advice. If you want to get the sale over with quickly, you may have to accept a lower price. Maintain an open line of communication with your ex-husband, agent and divorce attorney when offers begins to come in. Stay open-minded and use a counsel of your attorney and real estate agent. If you can't keep the procedure peaceful and avoid conflict as much as possible, if it will make the remainder of the process go more smoothly. Profit distribution. It's up to your lawyer to divide the profit from a transaction. In some states, regardless of the name on the deed, everything acquired or otherwise obtained during a marriage is considered equally held by each person. These are known as community property state, and your lawyer will be able to tell you if you live in one and explain the few exceptions to the regulations. Otherwise, the costs and earning related to the sale of your house may differ depending on the arrangement reached between your divorce lawyer. If one spouse paid more to the mortgage or the house's financial upkeep during the marriage, they may be entitled to a bigger share of the selling proceeds. More of the profit may go to the other spouse if one spouse paid more to the home but keeps other big assets. This disagreement can end up in court when a judge is tasked with dividing the earning, because few people leave divorce court satisfied. It's preferable if you can reach a mutual agreement through your counsel. Thank you for watching. Disclaimer: I'm not a divorce attorney. I'm just a realtor who helps people who want to sell their house during and after the divorce. Thank you for watching.